Yeah, first I'm going to show you what is ng if today. Star ng if. Okay, star ng if. Okay, uh, where is this? This is our page. Okay, one second, guys. I'm going to remove everything here. I don't want anything here. I just have these things. All right. Okay, so I have nothing in the page. Okay, I want to display some data. Okay, let us go to here, guys. If I go to this, okay, there is some data. I want to take another data, so I'm going to provide some values. Okay, I'm going to provide some values. Okay, here in this value there are number of values are there. Okay, so maybe like some value 44, 55 or something. Okay, there are few values are there. I don't know how many values are there because this is dynamic data. This array contains dynamic data. So whatever values available here, these values I want to display only even value. I would like to display even value. Okay, I would like to display even value. I don't want all the values. Okay, so I would like to display only the even values. Okay, to display only even values, I need to check every value whether it is even or not. If it is even, then only we need to display. Of course, this is array. I need to take one by one value, so that I have to use ng for. Along with ng for, what I need to take, after taking every value, I should not display every value. What I need to check whether this value is even or not. If it is even, then only we have to print. Otherwise, we should not print it. It should not be printed. Okay, so fine, guys. What I will do is, okay, before going to that, to check whether a value is even or not, I need to provide a condition. I would like to provide a condition. So to provide a condition, there is ng if, star ng if. Star ng for is the looping for, star ng if is for the condition. Ng if is for the condition. Here in the HTML, what I want to do is, okay, I would like to take something. I would like to first basic thing. I would like to explain basic thing about ng if. So provide a div or a span or a paragraph, whatever you want, you can provide it. Hello, this is from, okay, this is from, okay, Slocum. You come here and it is going to display like, hello, this is from Slocum. All right, this is going to be something like, hello, this is from Slocum. Fine, guys. When you are talking about hello, this is from Slocum. Now let us look at it, guys. I don't want to print this. I want to print this. It has to decide on the condition. Okay. Now let us look at it, guys. What I can do is, here I can provide ng if, okay, this is going to be something like ng if a condition need to be provided here. If I have to provide a condition, what I need to do here is something. If I provide it true, see here, guys, just directly I'm providing whether it is true or false. Okay, this condition satisfied, then it is going to get printed. Yeah, let us look at it. Just provide this, nothing is, okay, no change here. Now I'm going back to the HTML. I'm providing ng if false. So what is this? Ng if is false. Okay, what happened? Just look at this, guys. The content is not getting displayed. Okay, if you observe carefully, now this is going to be div. This is going to be the div star ng if equal to false. Okay, this information is not getting printed. Of course, the value we are providing here is directly we are providing. Instead of providing this value directly, what we can do is we can provide variable. Okay, we can provide the variable here. Okay, property, we can provide the property. Based on the property, okay, based on the property, this, it has to display or it should not be displayed. it has to decide it. For that, what I want to do is I would like to take one example. See here guys, the same example. Instead of ng if, what I will do is I'm going to provide a method. I'm going to provide a property. Suppose like a property name maybe like okay, so let us like show. Let us look at it guys. What is this show? This is giving a error. Why? Because this is not the keyword true or false like this. This is a string and it is expecting a property. This property should be available in the app component.ts. Okay, so it is looking for a property. Okay, so and this property, okay, let me go to HTML back guys. Just I want to explain you something. Okay, first, yeah, this property should be a boolean value. A boolean, it should be like boolean value. Why? Because if this property contains a boolean value contains true and false, right? Any boolean value contains true and false, either true or false. If that boolean value contains true, this div is going to get printed. If that boolean value is false, this is not going to get printed. This is not going to get printed. Okay, whenever you see star ng if, we are providing something means this is a property. Any property should be provided inside the component. Let me go to app component.ts. Of course, we have multiple properties are there. Okay, we are going to use this array also in the next step. First, I'm going to use a property. The property is, okay, see here guys, the property may be, what is the property name? Sorry, I have provided what? Show. Okay, the property is show. Okay, let's look at it. Initially, it is going to be the true. Okay, this is going to be true. Show is a property, contains a true. Okay, so that it is going to be displayed. If you observe carefully, it is going to get displayed. Okay, now I just want to show you again. Okay, if I go to the show, if it is false, see here I did not change anything in the HTML. In the property I have changed false. Okay, HTML I did not change anything. So just the property I have assigned previously. Right now I just changed the property value from true to false. When it is false, see here it is not getting displayed. Okay, the boolean value, based on the boolean value, it is going to get displayed. Fine. Okay guys, when you see this, I want to do it dynamically. Okay, what I want to do is I want to provide a div, button. Let me take a button. What I want to do, show or hide. See, this is going to be show or hide. The button itself, the button name itself, what? Show or hide, and make it break. So this is going to be the break. So this is going to be the break. Button, show or hide. My intention is, if user clicks on show, then it has to display, it has to show. If user click on again the same button, okay, what should happen? It has to be hide. Okay, now instead of taking, not to confuse you people, to understand very easily, what I will do is I'm going to take two buttons. One is show and another is hide. One is show, another is hide. On clicking on the button, okay, see here guys, what should happen? Button contains when user clicks on this one, it has to show. To display, or it has to show or it has to hide. To be shown, the property should be true. The show property should be true. To hide, show property should be, okay, so false. For that, what I'm going to do is, on clicking on this button, okay, so see here guys, this is what? Event binding. I'm combining. So I'm using now event binding, meaning that if you click on this, I want to call a method. So this is a method name I have to provide. This is not property binding, this is event binding. Event, which event? Click. On clicking on this, this has to respond. Whatever thing that I am providing, it has to respond. Okay, it has to respond. To do so, what I can do is, the simple thing is show dot. Okay, whenever you say show equal to, what I can do is, you can provide like this. See here, just expression I am providing. This can be called as a template expression. This is a template. In this template, I am writing a expression. Okay, I have to provide a action. I have to provide, or you can provide the function also. That function should be available in the component class. See, you can provide a function, or you can provide this kind of expression. Here, if you see here, without writing any function, even you can write function also. First, I'm going to show you like this, and then I'm going to write a method also. This is a property. I'm using this property. In the property, I'm saying true. The same way, when you clicking on the hide, whenever you see this, click equal to, show equal to, what I can do, false. Make sure that while understanding, this is a property. The property is declared in the component class. The property is used, the property is being used here, here, and here. But declaration happened in the app component class. Okay, that contains true and false. Okay, let it be, guys. Yeah. Now come back to our UI part. So this is the UI part. Now it is if I click on this, see here, guys, what happened? Hello, this is a from Slocum. I'm clicking on hide. What's happening? It is getting hide. Okay, what I'm doing on clicking on this, this is the event binding. For this event binding, I am providing one expression. What expression? Property. What property? Show true. Whenever I say, if I click on hide, I am providing show equal to false. So that whenever show is false, then whatever div I have provided here above to the button, so this show property is going to decide whether it has to display or not. Okay, so now I just want to show you this example in the documentation. Okay, guys, yeah, the documentation. Let's look at it, guys. What is this? What are the new things that I have provided? Ng if. This is ng if I have used. Ng if equal to property name I have provided. So now here, what is this? Here I have provided two buttons, and I have provided with the click. All right, yeah. So this is one example, guys. So the same example I can do by writing a function. By writing a function, I can do it, guys. Okay. So I'm going to improve this code so that what we can do using Angular components and all, you feel okay practically, guys. See here, guys. This is how it is working dynamically. Ng if equal to show, it is showing, right? This is a property. Property name can be anything. See here, I'm going to the component class. Within the component class, I have provided show. All right, this is going to be the show. Okay, the just provided. Initially, it has provided false. So remember, initially by default the value is false. So by default, show contains false, so that it is going to display nothing. It is not going to display by default. When I click on this particular button, then the property becomes true, so that it automatically, okay, open. You know, it is going to visible. Okay, it will be shown. Whenever I click on this particular hide button, what happens? This particular div is going to get, okay, you know, this is going to be hide. So that's how it is going to work, guys. So this is what ng if structure. So yesterday we have discussed about the concept of ng for, right? Now today we are working with ng if. Okay, so we can do from examples, guys. Yeah, because where all these things are going to be used in real time also, where we can use, I'm going to show you. Okay, so we have a lot of exercises that I have to do and you people have to do. I'm going to give you more examples on those things. Okay, yeah, so how it has worked, whatever example that we have done, let us take some diagrammatical documentation, guys. Okay, if you click on show, it has to display. If you click on hide, it has to hide. This is the output I'm looking for. This is the output I'm looking for. The next thing is, what I can do is, the next thing is, to do so, what are the things that we have taken? If I go to component class, let me go to the component class. First, in the component class, I don't want all these things, guys. I don't want all these things. Just initially, I'm going to take only this one. Okay, this is the component class that I have. Okay, these values just, what is the value I have? I need only the property show. Okay, let me make it small. Okay, this is the component class. This is the component class we have. All right, guys. Now, in the HTML, what is the HTML that we have done? So these things are going to helpful for you. These images are going to helpful for you for the references, guys. Okay, in future, whenever you want to recall the concept, you can come directly here and you can understand what is ngIf. You can refer directly by looking at this diagram. You can easily remember, okay, so what ngIf is going to do. All right, what are the examples that we have done previously, all the things that you are going to recall. So that's why I'm trying to create this kind of images. Go back to our HTML part. Okay, HTML, this is our HTML part. Okay, this is going to be the HTML part. Okay, now let's look at it, guys. This is the HTML part. So this is the output part, and this is the HTML, and this is the output part. Okay, Windows Shift S. Okay, fine, guys. Yeah, now the thing is, let us look at it. Now the relation between HTML and here is what? What's happening? So this particular part, okay, this is going to be, okay, see here, guys, this is a property, right? We are using, this is the link. We have to know the link also. Okay, see here, guys, this is a link. Okay, this is the link. ngIf. Fine, this is the property, and here is, just look at it, guys. On click, what's happening? We are using this property. Okay, so this is going to be something like what? Whenever you are clicking on, what's happening? You are changing the value. What's happening when you click on here? So if you observe carefully again, so what's happening here? Okay, just so what's happening, guys? I'm going to want to, what's, whenever you click on here, show becomes what? Okay, I want to take a text. See here, what it is going to do? This is going to do this, show equal to, show equal to, it is going to make true. So what it is going to do, whenever you click on here, it is going to become true. And then the same way, whenever you click on this here, what this is going to do, whenever you click on here, what it is going to do, the show is going to become false. And here, just what we are doing, ngif is using the property, ngif using the property show, ngif decides based on show property. Okay, this is going to based on this property. Got it, guys? This is the diagram that shows the example. The first example, ngif is going to be taken like this. All right, so you can understand very clearly the difference between the relation between component class and then HTML. Whenever you click on here, we are changing the property to true. How we are doing it? By providing show equal to property here itself. This is not the method actually. Okay. Now let us save this and then we'll come back to. Here what I want to do is, instead of providing the next example, instead of providing show equal to true, what I want to do is I want to provide a separate method. Okay, so what method? Show method. I would like to provide show method. Whenever you click on here, I want to provide hide method. You can easily guess what we have to do inside the show. Okay, and this is going to be the methods. We are event binding. We are doing some event binding here. Okay, so what we have to do, I have to go to the show component. Within that, I need to change the property to true. Whenever you click on this button, I have to call hide method. Inside the hide method, we need to change the property show to false. Okay, instead of doing inline, this can be called as inline template. Okay, template, Angular template, template expression. Within the template expression, we are not calling the method. We are writing just we are assigning the property directly. Okay, rather what you can do, you can call show method. You can call show method, and here we can call hide method. Of course, this show and hide methods are, the show method and hide method should be available in the component class. So that let us go to the app component. Let us go to the app component. What I can do is show. See, sorry. Yeah, one thing I need to consider. Already the property show is there, right? That's why I should not use the same word for the method. I will change something in the HTML. Instead of show, what I do, show div. Okay, I will take like this, show div, hide div. Okay, these are the two methods. I am going to create methods. Actually, the same output in different way by writing methods. Show div. This is a method. Another method is, I want to write another method is what? Hide div. What I can do is this dot. Okay, see here, guys. I want to change this property. Whenever you show div, what I need to do, I need to change this property to true. Okay, so if you change this, if I want to change this, what I need to do, this is a property. Which property? This is class level I have provided. This is not local property. This is a property. So what I can do is, to access this, I need to use this. This is compulsory. Without this, I cannot access this show. Whenever you see this dot show equal to true. All right. See here, guys. I'm accessing this property, and I'm saying this dot show equal to true. I'm accessing this dot show equal to true. And what I want to do is this dot here. If I want to hide it, what I need to do, show equal to false. I just changing the property. Based on this property, okay, HTML ngIf is going to act on. Angular is going to, that is Angular know how to display and how to hide. All you need to do is what? You need to set whether it is true or false. The property show here I have used. That's it, guys. This is a small change I have done. The small change, instead of writing directly the property, instead of changing property directly, what I did, I'm calling the method. This method will call this particular HTML. Of course, this it is going to call this particular method. This method is going to be this method. What it is saying, guys? This dot show equal to true, and hide div this dot show equal to false. Okay, let us look at it, guys. Same output I am expecting. The same output I am expecting. Initially, it is what? By default, property is false. Because of that, okay, it will display. Yeah, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. All right. So initially it is false. That's why it is going to display. Whenever I click on show, it is going to display the same thing. See here, it is going to display same thing. All right. Yeah. So if I click on hide, it is going to display like this. This is alternative approach. This is alternative approach. We did not take hide div. What is a no nothing difference, guys. Just alternative approach. Just I am showing you. I am trying to provide alternative approach. Okay, so that's it. That's it. Okay, what is this? Hide div in HTML. What I missed in HTML? Yeah, I have taken hide div. Yes, I have taken hide div here, as well as I am calling hide div. Okay, yeah. So I'm using it. I'm using it. Okay. See, if it is single line, you can use no. There is no like something when we are going to use method means I'll tell you. Yeah. When we are using multi-line, then we have to come with the method. When it is single statement, if it is just a single statement, like in this example, in this particular example, I don't need to write method actually. But if you have to write so many statements, if you have to write so many statements, then you have to take the method. If it is only single line, you can take a previous approach, no problem. Okay, I'm going to tell you another approach, guys. I mean, this is a logic change. This is not another approach. What I will do is, I want to take only one button. I would like to take only one button. I will take like a show hide button. Show hide. So same button. If you click once, first time clicks, it is going to show. Second time clicks, it is going to hide. Third time clicks, again it is going to show. Okay, again fourth time clicks, it is going to, okay, this is going to, okay, hide. The same method should work for, okay, displaying and hiding. It's like switch, light switch or fan switch there, right? If you switch once, then it is going to switch on. If you switch it again, switch off it again, then again it is going to be, yeah, flipping. This can be called as flip type. Okay, to provide like that, what I want to do is, I'm going to write another method, show hide div method. See here, guys, show hide div method. I'm going to take it. This is a simple based on logic, that's it. Okay, this is not single line, of course. You can go to CSS, sorry, not CSS, really sorry, PS file, TypeScript. Here I have to create a method. Inside the show hide div method, show hide div, whenever you see show hide div, what I can do is, first I will check the property is, okay, this property is true or false. Yeah, here I'm going to take a normal programming approach. If show means, if it is show is a property, right? It's not a method local variable. This is a instance property, like, so that what I can do is, this dot show equal to true. What I can do is, this dot show equal to false, and else what I can do is, this dot show equal to true. Whenever you see this dot show equal to true, what I'm doing, just flipping. If it is true, I'm making it as false. If it is false, then I'm going to making it as true, so that this kind of logic can be written. And we can assign this method here. Where we are assigning, here we are assigning. Let us look at it, guys. So that instead of taking two buttons, we can do it in single button. It's simple logic. Let us go to show hide button. If I click on first, by default the property is what? False, so that it is going to display nothing. If whenever you click on show, this is displaying something like hello, this is from Slocum. If you click on again, okay, it should happen what? False, right? Yeah, let's something see here. Something disturbance came here. I mean, this is not working. If it is true, make it false. If it is false, okay. Yeah, just give me a second, guys. Right, it's working. Nothing. Just I forgot to save the file. That's it. Yeah, if I click on this, it's getting hide, and then if I click on here, this is working. This is showing. Okay, this is how you can provide it, guys. Okay, you can provide in this approach. All right, you can provide in this approach. Okay, yeah. First of all, in the next class, I'm going to tell you how to integrate Bootstrap CSS into our application. Okay, so that I'm going to use all those CSS into our examples, like displaying okay, beautiful tables, divs, containers, all those things I'm going to use by using ngIf, by using ngFor. I'm going to use all these things, and then we are going to use CSS, so that a beautiful UI can be made using combination of Angular and then Bootstrap. Okay, please, why I'm giving this instruction to you in this class means, please, okay, refer the Bootstrap CSS basic things. Of course, I'm going to recall the elements, we recall the CSS classes, whatever classes I'm using, those classes I'm going to recall, and then I'm going to use it. But better from your side, please refer the Bootstrap CSS classes what we have done previously. Just roughly refer them. Okay, before going to the next example, what I will do is I will document this part. Let me open this particular part. So again, what is the example that I need to take? I don't want these two things. Just I'm going to comment these things for your reference. Just I'm going to comment these things. Right now we are using this particular part, right? Okay, I'm using this particular part. Okay, this is the component logic now. These two things, one property and one method, is the component class. This one. All right, this is going to be the component class. Okay, for the same output. Okay, and then what is the HTML code? What is the HTML code? If you see this, this is going to be the HTML code. Same HTML code will be there. Okay, let us see here. Okay, you can understand what's happening here easily. Okay, just to show this. Now I'm not going to write too much explanation here. Just I'm going to give you. Okay, let it be, guys. And then, so this is going to be something like, right? Okay, this method is going to get called. Okay, whenever we get called this, what's happening, guys? This property is changing accordingly. Whatever property here, if it is true, what's happening? It is making, if it is true, okay, if it is true, in the true case, it is going to become false. We are setting false. In false case, we are setting what? True. If it is true, we are setting false. If it is false, we are setting true. So that is what we are doing. Okay. Right? Just, I'm going to make it as show equal to true. Show equal to, oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Let me, here show equal to false. And what is this? Show equal to true. So this is going to become like this. Okay, the same method we are calling, when it is true, it is going to become false. When it is false, it is going to become true. From here itself, whenever we change here accordingly, based on this property, this div has to display or not display. It is going to depend upon this property, whether it is true or false. This is the basic ng if. Okay, let me save this diagram. Of course, I'm going to share these things to you people. Ng if. All right. Okay. Now let us come back to the another example. Okay. Component.ts. Here in the TS, let's look at it, guys. I would like to take values. See here, guys. Here, okay, the method I have started here, it is end here, right? I'm not taking this one in the method. This should be instance level. This is not inside the method. This is inside the class itself. Okay, make sure when you are taking multiple things, the method started here, method closed here itself. After the method, or wherever you want, you can take it, guys. Not only, okay, in the last line of this class, you don't need to take. Wherever you want, you can take it, but it should be property, not inside the method. If you take any value, if you take any variable inside the method, that can be called as method local variable. That method local variable cannot be accessed in the HTML directly. All right, so this is a property, it can be accessed directly. Now here the goal is I want to display, of course, this array may contains a number of values, not only 5 or not only 6. There may be hundreds of values, assume. Among multiple values, I would like to display only even values or odd values, whatever logic you want, you can provide it. To display those things, how can we filter these values? I would like to filter these values in the HTML. Let us go to here, guys. Okay, here, let me take the break. I have taken a bit break here, guys. Inside the break, I want to take values, one by one value. To take one by one value from array, I definitely have to use loop. To use loop, what I can do is, okay, each value may be displayed in the div or paragraph or whatever you want, you can use. I'm going to take now paragraph. Okay, paragraph. If you take this paragraph, I want to display every value inside the paragraph. One by one value I want to print, but which values I would like to print? Only the values, even numbers. I don't know which value is even, which value is odd. That is known in the runtime. Assume those values are going to come from, okay, some runtime system. So that I need to take every value. To take every value from the array, what I can do? I need to use ng for. Okay, ng for. All right. Fine. Ng for. Use this. Let a of what is the values, right? What is the what is the array of array property? Values property. Let me provide this value so that one by one value is going to be taken. One by one value is going to be taken. Okay. When you take this ng for, let a of values, right? I want to display like this. When I want to take ng for, let a of values. Here, if you display a, every value is going to display. Okay, what I want to do? Every value is going to display. Okay, let us go here, guys. Output. Yeah, see here, all values are getting displayed. But what I want to do? I want to display. Okay, which value I would like to display? Only one value. So I need to filter it. To filter it, I came to know ngIf and ngIf. Okay, remember that. Okay, this is very, very important thing. You have to note this point definitely. You have to note this point definitely. This can be called as structural directive. Of course, I'm going to give you the explanation about what are the different types of directives. There are 3 different types of directives are there. One is component, one is attribute directive, and then structural directives. Okay, we can take like this. Okay, so but this is not the time to discuss about different types of directives and all, but just to indicate that this is a structural directive. This can be called a structural directive. Okay, when you are dealing with the structural directives, you are applying structural directive. You are applying this structural directive to one container element. This can be called as a div is a container element for this ngIf, and for ng for structural directive, p is the container. When you are using container, make sure that if you want to apply any structural directive for one element should contain only one structural element. You cannot apply multiple structural directives for the same container. You cannot apply. Let me put it in another words. For paragraph P, I cannot apply ngIf again. I should not apply ngIf again. Okay, something like ngIf again, I should not apply. So why? Because this is also structural directive. This is also structural directive. 2 structural directives are there. When you have 2 structural directives in the same element, it is not going to allow. You need to apply only one. So that, okay, for looping, I am using like this. Again, for displaying, while display, okay, I have to apply the ngIf. To apply the ngIf, I need again another container. You may take a div for this. Okay, inside this div, you can apply variable. All right. Okay, of course, inside the div, maybe like take span. Okay, take the span. Span is also HTML element only. It is going to display for displaying small values. Span is going to helpful for you. Okay, so inside the paragraph, you can take another tag. Okay, you can take div and then you can take other containers also. You can take, guys. Don't need to take only paragraph, only div, only span. Whatever you want, you can take it. But inside the paragraph, div is not allowed, I guess. Okay, let us take span here. Here in the span, whether a value has to display or not, we need to decide it. For that, why? Because what is the condition to display? That should be even number. If it is not even number, I should not display. For that, let us provide star ng if Okay, you see here guys, star ng if. Whenever you say star ng if, let us look at it. Okay, see here guys, ng if, whenever you say star ng if, I want to apply some condition. The condition is whatever a value, because a value is coming from array, 1 by 1 value is coming, right? This a value is even number or not. How can we know whether it is even number or not? We know that. See here guys, this is the condition. This is the expression I am providing here. If it is even, if you apply this modulus 2, it is going to display 0. If it is 0, it is going to display. Yeah, let us look at it guys. The output, the only 22 and 44 got displayed. Why? Because only 22 and 44 are even numbers. Okay, let us go to the component class. I want to check whether only 22 and 44 are there even numbers. Yes, exactly. Only 22 and 44 are even numbers. No other values are even numbers. So I have combined loop and then condition. Using loop, we are taking value one by one, and using ng if, we are verifying whether it is even number or not. The combination of loop and then condition. The combination of loop and condition. So this is the thing. Okay, example. This is one example. Okay, let us take okay, let us document this example, guys. What is the property? Only the property what we have taken, values. Okay, displaying even numbers. Okay, displaying even numbers. All right, the combination of loop and then this one. Yeah, let us go to okay. Yeah, I think so. I am not proficient in this. I guess it is not able to take it is giving some error. That's why I just change it to span. Okay, we'll make it div and then we'll test it, guys. So we'll check it out. I'm not sure whether it is giving some error. That's why, but I don't know really whether it is. Yeah. Yes. According to this, inside the div, inside the paragraph, it is not allowed to provide div. Okay, so that take this one. You can take that is guaranteed that you can take div, you can take paragraph inside the div. That is fine, guys. That is fine. See, this is a HTML. Okay, HTML concepts. Can you please go through the Google, guys? Okay, because it is not going to. It is going to take longer time to explain all these things. Very small differences will be there. Okay, I suggest to go to so any website and then check it out. What is a span? What is a div? And what is a paragraph? Just I'm going to give you, as you asked me, right? I'm going to give you a simple example. Okay, so simple difference. Okay, div is for division. You can write you can create anything. Paragraph is for providing content. Div is not just for content, it is for anything. Okay, for every paragraph to paragraph, there is a space will be available. The difference will be available. Okay, so if you take a multiple paragraph, each paragraph will be displayed in separate line. Even div also going to display in separate line by default. And then div is not just for content, paragraph is just for content. And then span is also a content only. It is one line. Okay, this is one line. This is for one line information. When you want to print online information like errors and all, span is going to be helpful. Okay, for more things you can go to the Google and then you can refer. Yes, I'm going to give you a better website, but before going to that reference, we need to have a basic information, guys. If you know that basic information, you can understand those concepts. Okay, give me 2 days. I'm going to give you very good references, guys. You can go through them. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. So now I think 1 second.